Hello fellow daydreamers. I hope you're rightfully enjoying your winter break. The end of the year is near, which means it is time for a new bullet journal. Maybe grab a drink, potentially a tea like me, and journal along if you want to. For 2024 I chose a different format of notebook, a travel journal. I've always liked the elegance and practical size, but wasn't quite sure if I would manage to fit all my stuff in there. In the end, I've ordered 2 travel-sized bullet journals from Notebook Therapy that will each fit half a year. The one you see here is meant for January to June. It is the Tsuki Maple Journey Travel Notebook by Notebook Therapy with 150 GSM cream paper. It has a linen cover, gold gilded pages, and it came with this fitting cute maple leaf clip. My current media journal is from that same brand and I really liked it. I'm starting with the name page and I'm putting down the short form of my name, Shiri, my nickname. On the other side is where I actually put down a key this year, since there are quite a few symbols I need to learn using. Since my last bullet journal was astrology themed, covering all the zodiac signs, 1 sign each month, I want to expand on that knowledge some more in 2024. What I'm trying to implement are the different planets. Each of those has a neat little symbol that I yet have to memorize. And through the movement of the planets, their positions in relation to each other change all the time. There are few that are relevant or have meaning, so I'm also adding these specific relations to the key. I'm for sure going to have a lot of fun learning about the planets and their movements. I'm a total newbie in this matter, and if you're curious as well to learn alongside me, just keep watching my monthly setups. I'll make sure to include at least 1 planet assessment each month in that video. The following page always is a little bit awkward, but I didn't want it to go to waste. It will hold an overview over the 6 months and their themes. I'm probably just going to write out the title and sprinkle in some doodles of the themes. On the opposite side is where I can arrange major turning points and milestones happening in 2024. I'm going to note them down when they happen, so for now it's just a big 2024, which is also neat because I can see which year this journal is about very fast. I also loved filling out this exact concept of a page in my current bullet journal. It makes me proud and actually shows me that I'm making progress. I will probably talk about that one more once I'm filming the full flip through of that one somewhere in January. My reflection spread varies year to year. Instead of an intricate level 10 life like in 2023, I'm having it simpler here. I saw this layout somewhere on YouTube, but I don't remember where. There are essentially 4 boxes that I can fill words into concerning what I have, love, am, and can. This seems easy to answer at first, but it gets harder the more terms you're wanting to find. I encourage you to give yourself 5 to 10 minutes for each box, actually, so that you can really go into depth and more profoundly think about those categories. Whilst planning and dreaming about this journal, a word of the year came to my mind. It's a term that was in and out of my head since I read about it. It is the word no, but not in its direct meaning of gaining knowledge like you do in school, for example. What I mean, or am targeting, is the inner knowing that Glennon Doyle talked about in her book Untamed. That knowing is rooted deep within oneself, and you have to be reflective and quiet to channel it. You have to intently listen to it. It's something that you can't really grasp, rather a notion of something. You can call it intuition, but I think it goes deeper than that. It is instinctive, but also slower, wiser in a way, and I think we could all benefit from listening to that inner knowing more often and more closely. And the sooner we learn to tap into that form of knowledge in ourselves, the more impact it can have on our lives. For my actual goals, I'm still dividing them into 4 quarters since that time frame is more comprehensible than a whole year. This way I can bring some order and direction into my goal planning. I've also noticed that my way of living, my motivations, energy level and plans kind of depend on the 4 seasons of the year. Well, in Switzerland, where I live, there are 4 seasons, so this division makes sense like that. While I'm setting up new routines in the first quarter, I got the spring energy to work and build on them in the second one. The third quarter, when the big summer break is, when I branch out and then I'm more steady. Toward the end of the year, I'm returning back to myself, get calmer and more reflective again. To mirror and build on those 4 quarters, I'm adding my roadmap back in that I've used in 2023 as well. I liked drawing out a visual pathway of the year and break down bigger goals into smaller steps. It was also very satisfying to fill in the separate points once I've completed them. For now, the road isn't super clear yet, but it will become more and more detailed throughout the year. I just noted down some major goals and connected them. There are many branches out to different things possible though. This next spread ties into my astrology interest. In 2023 I did 1 card per month, and I now want to elaborate on this practice by choosing a monthly card and then 3 cards per week within the month. The monthly card gives me the overall energy of that month though, so I want to have an overview in just 1 spread here. Since this journal has significantly less space on the pages for its format, I decided to have 2 similar journals for 1 year. That's why my future log only has to fit 6 months in a more detailed manner. I put down a small calendar and a space for logging down events for the first 6 months of 2024. This way I'm able to color coordinate specific holidays or happenings. In case I need to lock down events that are further away than next June, I gave myself a page for the second half year. There aren't any mini calendars here but simple boxes. Those months will get their whole future log in my second journal of this year. My master list worked out quite nicely in 2023, even if I fell off a bit in the last couple busy months. I still decided to bring it back here, also only for the first half year. Here I can list down my different projects vertically and plan them out horizontally. But I'm still able to see what is about to happen each month so I can spread things out. Otherwise, they might end up being crammed together into a couple weeks by accident. One of the most tedious elements of this yearly setup was drawing out 6 bigger calendars for each of the months in this journal. My goal is to fill each and every box of these with a small doodle or journal entry to reflect upon the day that has passed. This journal should get me to pause my day and think about what I'm doing. That could then again channel my inner knowing and help me live slower and more conscious. In this fast world, littered with many different media influences, I myself am addicted to my smartphone, could really use this change of pace and use a few minutes daily to sit down and calmly journal. I'm not sure I'll be able to keep up with it, but I could still fill the calendar grid with other decorations if I don't. I will try my best though. Except for some adjustments to this new format, this spread stayed mainly the same compared to 2023. I need to see what goes in through my, in a sort, pocket money I still get and through my job. And I want to keep track of what goes out, be it fixed or variable expenses. And like last year, I'm covering most of my taxes on my own to get accustomed to their dynamics for the year. They have their own list here as well. On the other side is where I can conclude how much money I've saved each month and allocate it to specific bigger projects that I'm saving for. Some of them I already know, so I built little Lego formations where I can piece together smaller amounts of money until the bigger goal is reached. One of them is my gaming setup that is already complete and installed by my brother, so I'm saving up for that one in hindsight rather. Expect to see me experimenting with some gaming content on this channel next year. Another big one will be my Scandinavia adventure this summer. A friend and I are planning on traveling somewhere through those countries within several weeks this summer. But the northern countries are said to be quite expensive, so I want to save up enough money so I don't have to worry about that too much while I'm traveling. The third project, even if smaller than the other, needs to be well planned. It is my carnival budget for 2024. I will even break this one down to daily budget so I can keep somewhat of an overview in this crazy week. The next spread is a new one that I haven't seen before, but I think I will really need. I've noticed time and time again that I have quite a wide circle of friends that I don't see very often. And even if it feels like we've never not seen each other when we finally meet again, I sometimes do feel a little bit bad about not meeting them for so long. Here I can now note down specific friends of mine that I know I don't see much and log down the date I last saw them. This way I can refer back to this page time and time again and hit up people I haven't seen in a while. The next page will conclude this yearly setup with a quote. To tie this all back to my main intention this year of slowing down and reflecting more intently, it is from Glennon Doyle's book Untamed. I have learned that if I want to rise, I have to think first. I have to search for and depend upon the voice of inner wisdom instead of voices of outer approval. In the next months, I will try to choose comforting, cozy themes, so I will love to come in here and just let my thoughts flow into these pages. Also, I want to concentrate on drawing more this year, so I don't fully lose that skill. So my bullet journal 2024 will be less collaged and multimedia, but rather a bit more detailed with hopefully many wholesome doodles and drawings. Hope you tag along to see all of it. And now enjoy your winter break. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!